Hello, welcome to Popalong RC. I am Carl, and today I'm heading out for a little bit of fun in the sun. I haven't got time to get to a proper RC car track. There are no events going on, but I want to get some practice and a little bit of stick time. So I'm walking down to a local pump track, and I'm going to work on my flying of RC cars. So let's see how we get on. There we go, the pump track. Now, before we could actually set out on the pump track, as I suggested in the video, this truck comes with the EC5 connectors, and I want to run XT90s. So pretty much all the cars that I own, I run XT90 batteries. Therefore, it makes sense to convert this ESC over to XC90. So it's quite simple. You cut the wires, you trim the wires back, and then you need to get your connectors. It's important that you make sure you get the connectors the right way around. So obviously you work out which one goes where. So for this one, you can see the flat edge goes to the red wire, and then it's simply a case of soldering them together. So before soldering, obviously you want to tin your wires. That means getting a bit of solder on there so that when you heat the two up, they kind of bond a little bit easier. So I get a little bit of solder on the wires, I get a little bit of solder on the XT90 plug, and then I heat the two and they kind of just melt into each other. One thing that you want to do before you get to the soldering is you need to get hold of some heat shrink. This protects you from like shorting out the wires. Really, you don't want to have exposed wire, so we use a little bit of heat shrink, and the way this sort of tightens up around the wire is through heating it up. So I literally use the soldering iron to do that. I'll just give it a little rub with the soldering iron. I don't necessarily use the very end, but it's hot enough just to shrink that heat shrink around the wire, and you are good to go. In terms of progression with my driving, I consider myself to be an all right driver. So I'm pretty consistent with the Tamiya's, and I'll be sort of top 2, top 3 racers in the Tamiya class at my local club. However, when I try to transition this across to buggy racing, I don't have anywhere near the same success. The main difference really is the airborne elements of racing. I feel quite confident driving on the flat, hitting apexes, finding racing lines, negotiating traffic. But as soon as the wheels are not in the air, I seem to have trouble. So for me, I think this summer, as the weather improves, I'm definitely going to try and spend more time out at different pump tracks, BMX tracks, trying to get a little bit more consistent of judging speed so that I can hit the downward transitions of jumps as opposed to going deep, running flat. As I say, when I was racing at the MKGP, the biggest issue for me was judging speed for the ski jump step up. That caught me out quite a few times. In the final, I was lucky in terms of consistency, and I didn't make too many mistakes. Therefore, I was able to improve my position in the final. But that was definitely a feature that I struggled with and caused me some issues. So what do you suggest? If you haven't got a local track that you can visit to practice time and time again, and you want to get stick times, what do people do? How do they get better? For me, I think I'm going to explore some other options, some other BMX tracks, some other pump tracks. Obviously, when the summer season starts properly, we'll be heading over to our favourite outdoor track locally, which is the Hearts track, and really looking forward to getting over there. Should be an amazing summer. In fact, I might even get online now and have a look at when their summer series and when they start doing their open days over there, because big fan of that track, and also want to get the old Sparks out, the 1/8 E buggies, and give that a go around the big track where we did the nitro racing. Yeah, so the sun is a shining. It is that time of year where we want to try and get out more and more, so hopefully we will see you trackside soon.